Good evening, good afternoon, good morning.
Good evening. Hello. How the devil are you?
Welcome to another delicious episode of the Listenerland podcast.
Back from his holidays.
Back from his holidays.
Where you been, Wayne?
Greece.
Oh, where you been, Louis?
Greece.
You hadn't.
Where have I been?
Como?
Cornwall?
Como.
Oh, Como. I've been to Como. Lake Como, in fact.
Lake Como. Where did you go?
Isle of Wight.
There we go. All had a week off. That's why you've not had an episode for a week or two. Because we've all been...
Foreign parts, apart from Isle of Wight. It's not exactly foreign parts.
Yeah, we still need a...
It's nice, though.
So what do we know? What's been going down?
I don't know. What do you know?
Well, Glastonbury started.
Yes, it has.
Yesterday, didn't it?
As we're recording this, it's the Saturday. And there's a lot of anticipation as to who the main act's going to be.
Have they not announced it?
Well, apparently, from my understanding, there's 52 TBAs
Oh.
to be announced.
That's never good, is it?
Well, there'll be smaller ones. So currently, as what we know is Lorde has done a surprise show where she's played mainly a new album.
So she's done a full album, hasn't she?
Yeah,
A new album.
She's done other ones, but she's launched a new album or like played it entirely there, which I thought was a bit weird because nobody knows it. So
Yeah.
a little
Bit like... It's a bit like Adam Ant doing his new single at Live Aid.
A little.
Yeah.
It's laughing because I referenced earlier about him bringing up Live Aid facts. Yes, it's a bit like Adam Ant. But she knows it's filmed by BBC, so it's probably a huge publicity stunt. But
So she's going to do it, isn't she? It's
bit annoying, that,
free
isn't
advertisement.
for the audience, it's like, oh, great, I don't know it.
She's not worried
She
about
wants to
that.
get crowd on
She's
their
bothered
side,
about-
though.
Yeah, but
Don't
she
you want to get
wants,
crowd on
she
their
wants her
side,
album out there. She wants it heard. So what's she going to do? She's going to put it at one of the biggest festivals a year.
And all crowds going, don't know this one. Do you know this one? No, I don't. I've never heard this one before.
No,
We've not all got that accent.
Who's playing? Status Quo.
I know they're a big rumpus today because
Is that Wainwright the Third?
because Kaiser Chiefs opened it up at 12 o'clock and they wasn't on live on TV.
Well, I don't think anyone needs to see that.
So they were
None of it's live on TV, is it?
Some of it,
Yeah,
yes,
from,
yes.
from,
I thought it
five,
were like-
from 5 o'clock,
I thought there were a delay of like,
3 minutes.
is it 3 minutes?
Yeah, something like that.
So the
But Kaiser Chiefs opened it up at 12, but it wasn't going to be televised. So they were all...
We only like televise the key slots, don't they? They can't. There's so many things happening there. They can't film it all.
I thought it was like half an hour behind, so they could cut out any
I don't
effing
know.
and blinding.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
I think they embrace that at Glastonbury. A lot of people do some effing and blinding.
Yeah, but you know, don't really want it midday on
Don't watch it
Kids
then.
watching TV.
Don't turn it on then.
Yeah, no, but it's
Don't
the
put it
society
on.
today is a bit touchy, aren't they?
No, it's like...
No, they are.
It's like...
You can't.
You know, it's shite, that.
It is. You're right. I
It's like-
agree with you. I'm not defending them. I'm just saying you can't scratch your ass without somebody getting offended these days.
Yeah, it's bullshit. If you don't want them to swear, don't turn it on.
They want to see it, but they don't want to hear it. Swearage.
Yeah. If you don't want people playing with the balls, don't watch Wimbledon.
Got any other analogies? It's like an analogy of tennis, Jamie.
How did we get to tennis?
So it's Saturday, and one of the hot spots, which people are trying to figure out, I've got a little hot take on it,
Well then.
and I'm willing to put a wager on it
Oh.
of pint of beer.
Oh, I'm always up for a pint of beer.
I think that Robbie Williams is going to play the Saturday night slot because the owner, Michael Levis's daughter, or the organizer, sorry, she was saying, I've been trying to get this person for years.
Right.
Now this person being Robbie
singular.
Williams, he's currently on tour, and a lot of his promotional material is around. It uses this image of him when he went to Glastonbury, and he was hanging out with Oasis, and he's got a tooth missing. He's got an Adidas top on. He's got bleach blonde shaved head. But it's at Glastonbury. I think it's a I think he'll be up on Saturday night.
Or whoever else is.
So if you're watching this, because by the time this is out, it'll be history. But if I'm right, you've got to like and subscribe. Them's the rules. And if I'm not, then
you still got to
which is the hottest part of the festival today?
Saturday night.
Saturday night, I'd say, because
all of the night or one particular time slot?
The end one, the big finish on main stage.
Yeah.
Because if you do Sunday, people aren't going as hard because they know they've got to drive back next day. Or if you do Saturday, they can go hard because people got a day to recover.
That's why they have that legacy spotting afternoon.
Which Rod Stewart's a bit like,
Stewart's on.
It's not comfortable about being the afternoon slot. He apparently asked for an extra 15 minutes.
He was saying on news it's his World Cup final.
Yeah, but he doesn't like the idea of it as like an afternoon slot.
Why?
He can't expect a Saturday night.
No, he can't. I get that.
Yeah.
No, not at his age.
I'll tell you what I find funny about that. Nearly tapping on table, I've been told off for it. What I find funny about that is he's got his mate Woody there, and he's got other people, and he's got other people. But Kenny Jones is not there. He's not playing drums, and you would have thought he'd have been there, wouldn't you?
Unless he whips him out.
I don't know.
Where's he keeping him?
He's
in his pocket.
I'm thinking, have they had another fallout? Yeah. Because Face is supposed to be going on.
Well, they're supposed to be touring a new album, aren't they? They've got, is it 11 tracks already done?
Ronnie Wood's there, but there's no Kenny Jones.
Perhaps he's, I don't know,
out of favour.
On for a pee or something like that.
He might be committed.
Yeah, he might have something else on.
Might be committed.
I'll join you later.
Oh, right. I was going to say that sounds like...
No, he's not been committed. He might be committed to something.
Has he got history?
Prior engagement.
All right. Have you watched any of it on TV?
No.
I watched Alanis Morissette. You watched Alanis?
No, I didn't. No.
She's one of your favourites.
I know. I didn't know she was on last night.
I bet she was brilliant.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
I couldn't get over how good her voice is still.
Yeah,
and she's a great performer. I know. And I was saying to...
She's
great.
Isn't she?
I was saying to my partner, Stacey, I was like...
Partner? Wife?
Wife. That she's so good, and I'm trying to put her in the genre. Like, is she like female grunge? I can't quite work it out.
No, it's so awkward, isn't it?
But I was saying there's nobody currently in today's music, in today's charts, who's fulfilling that criteria.
And I'll tell you something else. You've hit a good point there. I'll tell you something, because at a time when she were out, I know you got Avril Lavigne, but she came nowhere near her.
No.
Yeah.
So you got Alanis Morissette, who, what she was doing then, the songs she was doing then, very relevant.
Yeah. Super big as well.
You've got
not just big, super big.
Super big. And you've got her doing it now. And has she got any competitors now? Has she got any genre that she's competing with?
No,
but she's still relevant.
But if you think of female artists, and I'm sure there's like exceptions to the rule, but in general, the main successful artists, there's nobody competing in that sort of rock area. No. It's all pop. It's all sexualized pop.
Yeah.
But she's doing great stuff, and her voice is really, really good.
Yeah, she's one of my favourite female vocalists.
Yeah, she's got a really unique style, like performance and singing.
Yeah, she's good.
She just spoke to 17. She's in that period of when she went on to drugs and alcohol, and she went a little bit weird and wonderful.
Yeah, well, that's how it gets you, isn't it?
She had to went to rehab for about 3 or 4 years, didn't she? She went missing. Then she come back out. She's been out now about 3-4 years.
Oh no, longer than that.
She's been
a lot longer than that. Yeah, she's been good as gold. I remember seeing a concert that she did from Brixton Academy, and she
good as gold.
Yeah, well,
she's been good as gold.
Oh,
and that must have been
you little mule.
That must have been 8 years ago. Yeah, as good as 8 years, and she was brilliant. Yeah, really good. I watch it quite regularly actually. That gig, because the drummer's fantastic. I'm drawn really at the moment, really to drummers, and I have been for a while now. And he is really good. He makes it look effortless, but he's so good. And she's very active. She's running about stage. Yeah, she's one of my favourite female vocalists.
I also watched Supergrass. Now I like Supergrass.
I know you do, yeah.
But I made this comment to Stacey, my wife, that they were on the main stage, but it sounded weird. Like, they sounded good. They were all playing very tight. The performance was great. But the sound sounded small.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it was a mix or you know, like the post-mix, this didn't sound like they should be playing a big space. It sounded like they should be playing a small club, and it would have sounded epic. But
Yeah.
the sound was so squashed and small. There was no vibe there.
No.
Unfortunately for them. So they played, they're all right. A big,
Yeah, yeah.
There was no vibe to it. Squashed.
That's it, though, isn't it?
No, there's loads.
Yeah, but
No, there
that's
is.
it, though, isn't it?
No. If you were to hear them, you'd know. You'd be like, all right.
Probably.
Yeah, there's loads. You just don't realise it's.
I
it's
do
them.
like him in conversation. He's very good in conversation.
He's a very good artist, talented artist.
He's really good to listen to. You'd want to have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
What about?
Oh, he's engaging in this line of conversation. He's just a good talker.
Good talk.
You know, like you can sit and have a chat to. You think you could sit and have a chat to Dave Grohl because he's a talker. That's this kid is as well. He's like that. Tells a few good stories.
Gaz Coombs.
Yeah, Gaz cool.
No,
He's still got his mutton chops.
Oh yeah,
Good lad.
good lad. Good as gold.
Good as gold, that kid.
Another act to watch, which I watched this morning. I don't tend to like watching Glastonbury if I'm not there because the inner child of me is a bit bitter.
Yeah.
But I don't think the lineup's amazing this year. But CMAT was playing, and I think she smashed it. She had a huge audience.
Yeah.
She's really going to be like big, and I'm very smug because I got invited backstage.
Yeah.
But check her out; she was very good.
I saw her on the Jules Holland, and she was. And I had seen her before, but I didn't realise it was her that you were talking about. And when I saw her on there, I thought, I remember her now. Yeah. And she's all over.
Yeah, she's not pretentious and she's not inhibited. She's sort of like.
And that's what I find a little bit
Annoying.
No, I don't find it annoying at all. It's interesting, if anything, but it's distracting because she's got a good voice. She's got a very good voice. But you're that busy watching her. What's she up to now? She's over there. She's here, there, and there. Just all right. Just stand still for a minute and just sing.
She stopped a set at Glastonbury. This is the height of her career right now.
Yeah.
She stopped a set for a 5-minute catch-up meeting with the band. They were huddled in a circle and she was like, 2 minutes. And it's like, chatting.
Well, I like that.
It was quite nice because obviously
yeah.
it's rehearsed, I think, but like it made it look like they were making this setup as they go along.
Yeah.
It's very freeform, and she got into the crowd and she started singing, and then it's really good.
I don't mind that. I sort of embrace that because it's like, but sometimes just it's distracting.
Oh. Not as good as gold.
That says she's not as good as gold.
No.
Silver.
So apparently they've sold less tickets this year because there's been some complaints, and I've referred to this. It's been too crowded, so they've sold less tickets on purpose, and they've expanded some of the fields. And looking at the footage online and on TV,
Looks empty.
It looks better.
He bought more land, didn't he? Especially for this year.
Good, because it is. You don't need to feel that. You don't need to feel like a sardine. Like you don't need to feel like you have to get there and get a good spot.
Yeah.
You need to feel like you can actually maneuver around if you want to. And it was noticeably tighter last time I was there.
Yeah. I know that were your only complaint about it.
Yeah.
It's too busy.
Too busy, but apparently it's better now.
Don't you think? I mean, I've only seen one act, and that was just waiting for you to come today. It looked empty.
Oh yeah, but I think the act you were watching was in the morning. So if it's in the morning, there's probably other stages that are like. So that's the main
No,
stage.
I think it was live at 5 o'clock.
The 5.
Yeah.
It depends who was on it. It was a conflicting act.
I'm trying to think of who it was that were on. I've never heard of somebody call out.
But the number of tickets that they've sold, it's reduced from last year, but it's still sold out, isn't it?
Something like Blondie Carlisle or Goldie Carlisle.
Oh, I saw playing Les Paul.
Yes, you were.
Yeah.
That's
And
it.
it was something Carlisle, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Brandy
Carlisle. Oh, right. So she's the woman that. So she was nominated for a Grammy a couple of years back.
Yeah, she won two. She's won two. Something like Grammys or.
She's quite good. There's a couple of. I think there's a song called "Right on Time," which is really good. But she's recently worked on Elton John's new album.
Oh, it's her.
Yeah, that's her.
Oh, right.
So she's wrote and produced with Elton John.
Okay.
So she is there.
Yeah.
She's got her own thing going on. She does a lot of things that you don't realise she does.
It looked a bit bare, the fuse, when it like panned out from stage, looking outwards. And
I don't think a lot of people know who she is. Not really. I think like if you're in the know, you'll know her. But if you're not, if you just listen to charts, you're probably not going to find her. You know what I mean? But I guess that's the beauty of Glastonbury, really. You know?
You get all sorts there, don't you?
It's all females though that's driving it along at the moment. Seems to be.
Yeah, it's dominating, isn't it? Not a bad thing.
Oh no, if it works, not wrong with a change. And they released some figures for last year, and they got the best-selling people, the top 10 best-selling people last year. Obviously, it was Taylor Swift, where the Tortured Poet thing. Then they got Weekend. All right, he's male. Sabrina Carpenter, Noah Khan, again, Billie Eilish, Chapel Roan, Fleetwood Mac, Charlie XCX, Coldplay, and Olivia Rodrigo. So you've got one band, heritage band, Fleetwood Mac.
Well, Coldplay,
Two men.
Are they heritage?
Well, they are now, I suppose. Yeah, good point.
You know what I learned? Sorry to interject.
Almost semi-relevant.
About Coldplay is that they started writing their own songs when they first started, but now they've equally got a team of writers on their songs.
Really?
Depressing.
And you know, they've come out with a statement this week that they will now be using recycled plastic bottles to make their vinyls.
Yeah, I read that. Yeah.
If it works, if it sounds all right, I know a lot of people can be pretentious about like the quality of sound certain vinyls produced.
Yeah, they were stripping and making them all out of bottles, weren't they? And so you got one heritage band, possibly two we call, and two male vocalists. The rest of it are women. Women are certainly driving on. This is like American figures as well as English figures. They're driving it on. It's all female.
Yeah.
Who else is there out there? You can't call Robbie Williams. He's like a hit and miss, isn't he?
Well, he did.
Who else have you got?
Harry Styles? No.
I don't know. No, I don't know. It
It's
might
not on
be
the
a
list,
good
I suppose,
point.
but
Yeah.
I don't know. The Pretenders?
No. 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 It's, I mean, the best year for record sales. You know what the best year for record sales were?
2023.
No. Think when records were at their peak.
Oh, I thought you meant recently. What? Since they come back?
1984.
Way too early.
No.
Way too early.
1980.
Way too late.
1991.
Way too late. Way too late.
1987.
Would you like to guess? Because he's miles off.
I'm going to go with 78.
Nearly 77.
You said way too late before.
You were too late.
Way too early, sorry.
You were too early. 64, 84, 88.
How can I be early if I was in the 80s?
Late. You were late. Way too late.
I get that now.
You're forgetting that CDs were coming in.
Yeah.
And so the sales were being dropping anyway before then because you got your cassettes that were taking over from vinyls.
Yeah.
So the peak period for vinyls was 77. Now, obviously, we've got that resurgence back. But there's so much with streaming. It's never on the same par.
No.
Never going to be selling as many as there were back
No,
then.
it's not. It's never going to be the same.
698 million.
It's not a bad figure though, is it?
Not a bad figure, that is it.
Did you know, on a top of that, Japan still sell more CDs than vinyls,
Really?
even at the height of vinyls?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like,
You know, some of the most collectible vinyls are from Japan.
so they sell more CDs in the charts than vinyls, and even sometimes downloads.
Yeah?
Well, that's why then, because they don't listen to vinyls over there, so they're not being used.
It's because they've got an obsession with like memorabilia and merchandise, and they see CDs as more of a merchandise thing because it's tiny, I guess, but things collectible. It's more collectible to them than a vinyl or a download. A download is not collectible, is it?
Well, no.
They love these like little.
There's nothing about it that is any good, really, apart from you gain a free record because there's no content with it, is there?
No.
Where were it recorded? Well, I don't know. Or engineer? I don't know. Or produce it? I don't know. What's the cover look like? I don't know. There's nothing.
Too much accessibility makes a lot of disconnect.
Yes. Yeah. I had to ponder that one, but it's true. It's true. Yeah, you do. But I mean, that is why we've often refer back to vinyls. What is the attraction of vinyl? And that's one of the attractions. That all that information's there. That's why people knew, that was produced by Tony Visconti, that Bowie record. People know because they read slave notes. Because you had it all there.
It's all there. All information you want there.
When you download a track by God knows whoever it is nowadays.
Why are you reading the sleeve notes?
It's part of the process. It was part of the deal.
Well, talk me through that process.
Part of the process is...
I want you to say a certain bit, which I think you're going to say, so I'm asking you as a curiosity.
Oh, you're leading me up the path, mate.
I think you're going to say it. So tell me the process.
Where it was a 12-inch piece of card, and it was tactile, and it was something you could hold in your hand, and you've invested your time and effort into this piece of vinyl. And so you were going to get as much as you could out of it. And so you read every bit of...
Wait, you skipped a bit. You put the album on the record player.
Oh, I put the album on the record player.
And then you're playing that album.
Yeah.
You're not getting up to skip tracks. So then you're playing the album, you're sitting down.
Oh, yeah.
You're looking at you're looking at what you just bought.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So because you now, since you press play, you're having to then leave that because it's doing its thing, and you've got this stuff you just bought.
Yeah.
And then you're just having a nosy.
Yeah.
It's like reading something on the toilet.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. But the other thing is to
who
that.
produced it, what the lyrics are.
The other thing to that is you weren't going to get up and skip the next track after 30 seconds.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
You weren't going to skip to the next one after 30 seconds again because it's too much. You got to get up and do it.
It's a faff.
Yeah.
You're going to sit there and you're going to listen to it.
Let it play.
Yeah. Far better. Well, people...
I won't say it's far better.
No. Yeah. I think you're right to jump in there.
Yeah.
I think
it makes people...
It's a different experience.
Understand what they've got in their hand more.
Well, people that stream haven't got all in their hand. They're just
don't inform them about anything. They're just listening to a tune. Yeah, that's good. Next one.
We've said it before. If you said to a 16, 18-year-old or 12-year-old of today, just get up and turn us that over. They'd go, what?
It wasn't what I meant about it.
Well, put me side to one. What? Well, just press play on my phone. It's easier.
Yeah. It's easier. But you don't know anything about it.
Oh, and they won't want to because it's easier just to go on Spotify, new album by Taylor Swift's out, press play. It's easier.
Skip.
Oh,
Skip.
Yeah, I don't like this one.
Skip.
Play. Next one.
That's all you're getting though, Taylor Swift.
I mean, if you
it's music by committee now, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
a group of writers.
Yeah, it is, but that's the
4
way,
or 5 different makeup artists.
But that's the way it's gone, isn't it? Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And it's going to change again.
Oh yeah, well,
it's going to change again in next. I don't know, 10 years. There'll be a different thing out of the way that we're listening.
Yeah, this cycle is 11-year cycle. Is it 11-year cycle, something like that? And everything goes between pop. It used to go between pop and rock, and then it was their cycle, then it was their cycle. Then we've got no bands now for the last 10, 15 years, really.
There's no money to be made though, right?
So there's no money. There's reasons why that's gone.
I've got a fact about that.
So what's coming back next? It'll probably be rap, because rap is the second biggest country western. Is it what's going to happen next?
I think boy bands.
You think boy bands?
I think the boy bands and the boy girls.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're coming back.
Yeah, I fully expect that. I believe that you're right, yeah.
I think because there's a huge gap.
Me and Wayne have been thinking about this.
There's a huge gap in children's audiences.
Yeah.
Think about it. All the mainstream artists at the moment, kids are buying it, but it's not.
Is this related to that K-pop stuff?
No, well maybe, but
taking the lead from that.
If you think of like Dua Lipa, you've got Dua Lipa, Sabrina Carpenter, Olivia Rodrigo, I think she's called. These are the music itself is actually more of an adult nature, or it's related to people in their 20s, not for young teenagers or below. There's nothing really catering to that. So what boy bands and girl bands did, they catered to that. Yeah. And there's nobody at the moment doing that. So I think that's going to be a huge thing that's been taken advantage of.
Well, I've been reading an article I mean, we've touched on it before about bands. No, there's no rock bands about anymore, or very, very little. But
well, there's lots of bands, but they don't make that ripple like they used to.
Yeah. So in the last 10 years,
That's a good chocolate bar. That
in the last 10 years,
chocolate bar.
there's been no number ones from a rock band in the Billboard's top 100 charts.
How long?
The last 10 years. Well, actually, it's been longer. When I tell you for why.
For why?
So the last one was in 2001.
And who was it you're going to ask next, aren't you?
Who was it?
Who was the last what? Sorry.
Who was the last rock band to have a number one hit
Oh, I
in
know.
the Billboard's
I know.
top 100 charts?
Was it A Beautiful Day
No,
by U2?
What,
No.
Aerosmith?
no.
Aerosmith, 2001.
Well, I'm trying my best.
Rock band. Was it Nickelback?
It was.
That. Ding, 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 ding. No.
What? Have you heard Nickelback? Was it Look at This Photograph?
No, before that.
That first song.
How You Remind Me.
How
That
You
were in
Remind
2001.
Yeah.
That was
That
the
was last
last.
one.
That was the last number one hit by a rock band.
And everybody thought, we're not doing that again.
Wow. That's
That's a
interesting.
good start, that. I like that
Yeah.
nugget.
Good stats.
Good start. A plus. Dan.
Is that a nickname you got for Wayne? I like that nugget.
Nugget.
No.
I like that nugget.
Well, he does bring out some, he does whip out his nuggets every now and again.
Now,
They're quite good.
Now,
sometimes.
there has been other bands in alternative charts. So you've got Imagine Dragons, One Direction, 21 Pilots, 5 Seconds to Summer. Now, they've had number ones in the last 10 years in different alternative charts on one thing. But
Right.
in the Billboard's Hot 100s, there's not been a rock band had a number one since 2001, which I thought, good God, I didn't realise it was that long ago.
How alternative is Imagine Dragons to them?
I think it's the more poppy, aren't they,
Yeah, well, I
think?
find that's the reason I'm asking you, because I don't find them alternative, I find them pop rock.
Well, they are pop rock. Yeah.
They split things
I
into-
would say pop rock.
They split things into genres to find ways of making success, don't they? It's like, okay,
Yeah.
so you're not
They'll fit
the
you in.
100-meter sprinter in male, but you might be the 100-meter sprinter in male left-handed.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
There you
Yeah,
go.
they just fit
Do.
them in wherever they can, can't they?
Yeah.
Just to obviously get their ratings up.
Yeah. Yeah.
One thing and another and things like that.
So I mentioned U2, and I learned something. I've learned something recently about U2,
What about
I
us?
have.
About us too?
about U2 in general,
All right. Okay.
and the Irish band.
All right.
So-
I have.
So David Eavis,
All right.
The Edge. All right.
Yeah.
One. How old is he?
64.
Ooh, Wayne, what are you saying?
61.
It's 63.
Okay.
Where was he born?
Wales.
You're saying Wales?
I'll say somewhere down south.
Yeah, we born in
UK.
South. His parents are Welsh, though, aren't they?
Pick a place.
Pick a place. Bournemouth.
Barking.
Essex.
Yeah.
He was born in Essex,
Yeah.
and he moved over to Ireland when he was 1.
Yeah. His parents are Welsh.
But he's only recently just applied for Irish citizenship.
Really?
Yeah, so
So he's been an Englishman in this Irish band
I believe
for the
so,
last
yeah.
30 years.
I think he's only just got his Irish passport, like,
Oh, right.
or whatever it is. But there's this thing on the news. It's like he's quite proud of how Ireland's doing X, Y, Z. I don't know, but
yeah. Oh, he considers himself an Irishman.
he's an Irishman.
Yeah, he is,
but legally
yeah.
now he's an Irishman.
Well, it's not, is it?
Legally.
You were born in Essex, it's English. So,
There you go.
So-
Another great guitarist.
so-
Another great guitarist for England. Cashback.
Have it?
It is, but
Have
it's,
you heard?
it's English. You're
Have you
born
heard
in
of-
England.
Have you heard
That's
the
what it is,
latest
isn't it?
EP?
Them's
by
the
Bono?
rules.
Them's the rules.
That's the rules. He can play for
Them-
England then.
Yeah, well, he can play for whoever he wants, but he's English.
Yeah.
It don't matter where his grandma and granddad were born. That were there. He
No
was
matter
born
where-
in
no matter where he
England.
brought up,
No,
he's English.
he was born in England.
Yeah.
He's English. Full stop. Done.
Have you heard the latest Bono EP?
Yes.
No, I've got therapy listening. to them. I
it's
listen
from the.
to them.
No, I knew you'd said
They
that.
get on my nerves.
I knew you'd
and
say
they've
it,
done
Wayne.
for years.
Just hear me out. knew you'd say it.
From the show, isn't it? It's basically taking bits from his book and turning it into like what Bruce Springsteen did about his life.
It's done a tech on the old Bruce Springsteen bit. It's been to Broadway Theatre. Is it the Beacon?
Some of it's all right.
Beacon, to New York.
Yeah,
Beacon.
He's done a night there, and he's done bits of songs and talking. And I've heard the EP, and you know how they did that reimagined collection of their works, and you had a real fit about it. Reimagined.
Yeah.
These three, he's done Desire, The Showman.
Yeah, The Showman's an original one, though, isn't it?
And
I quite like that one.
And Sunday Bloody Sunday. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant, let me tell you. Desire, great track.
It's very stripped back, isn't it? He expresses the melody slightly different. It's great.
I love it. And you get we've knocked them a few times on here because they get you get complacent with them because they've been around for that.
Easily knocked.
Easy. They're an easy target, yeah. But I thought, wow, that's great. How's he done that? Then, like you just said, he went from Broadway show, and he's been talking about his personal life and his family and his relationship with his religion,
his dad,
and music, and his parents. Iris and Bob, his mum and dad. His mother were Irish, by the way.
You never met his mum?
Bob, his dad.
All right.
Just in case you were confused.
I was trying to work it out which one was which.
Yeah. But the real sad fact apparently brings up about his mum and dad. When he was 14, his mother collapsed and died at the graveside of her dad while they were...
I thought he'd never met his mum.
Oh, right.
At his funeral. And she collapsed and died. In front of two kids. His brother's called Norman. Great name. His brother's called Norman.
Good old English name.
So, he's a bit, isn't he? Ooh. It's a good old English name. So the poor buggers, they witnessed the mother collapsed. They're already at the granddad's funeral. And the mother's collapsed.
So the granddad's funeral?
The granddad's funeral. His mother
dies.
collapses and dies. His dad, Bob, he had a bit of a fractured relationship with his dad after that. Or it might have been before, but at that age, 14, you're going to... He never spoke of his wife again.
Really?
Yeah, retreated into himself and never spoke of his wife again. So, he might be a bit of an oddball, but it's like that old saying, ain't walk a mile in my shoes.
Yeah.
What happens when you walk a mile in somebody else's shoes?
Well, you don't know, Marcus. You're a mile away and you've got
shoes.
shoes.
Size 8's an all fit. No, but I found that very interesting. I thought, you take mickey out of people, but you don't know the story, do you?
Yeah, and I've heard him say that he wasn't very good at anything, and he wasn't really very good at singing, and he just sort of shoehorned his way into the band by singing. He tried all sorts of positions before, but it's the only thing he got. He was, in his play, he says he was smart enough to know that he wasn't good at anything.
Yeah. I often find that a little bit of... Yeah, I get what he's saying, but it's not like, oh, pity me. Pity me.
I don't know if it's pity me. I think it's...
I'm like you.
I suppose it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you are. Like, you don't have to, he wasn't exceptionally talented.
He wasn't talented in any direction other than music.
Yeah.
His father were more into classical music than his popular music.
Yeah.
And the best compliment his dad gave him when they were at their pomp doing all these big stadiums, his dad met him at backstage, and his best compliment he could give him was, that was very professional.
Wow.
Yeah, you'd expect a bit more than that, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know the song Stuck in a Moment?
With you.
You've got to pinch your cheeks together, stop you blowing a bubble. Is that one?
That's the Japanese version.
Okay.
That one. Do you know what the song's about?
No.
Michael Hutchinson.
Oh, okay.
They were good friends.
Right.
And Bono regrets the fact that he distanced himself from Michael when he was going down a slippery slope.
Well, I think
he got himself stuck in a bubble.
Yeah.
Some call it a wardrobe, but it was a bubble.
No, it probably a good decision. It was probably a good decision, actually.
I'm not saying
Yeah,
all
well,
that.
he made that decision for the right reason.
Michael Hutchinson asked Bono to be his child's godfather, and Bono refused.
Yeah.
Because of what Michael Hutchinson was up to. He's like he's well into his drugs and stuff like that. Because they were good drinking buddies, but Bono's not a drug user.
No, he's been quite a good lad, really, hasn't he? Married for 20, since he was 21 to his wife.
People said that about Savile, though, didn't they?
Well, he's been a good lad.
He died.
Good as gold.
Good as gold.
Good as gold.
Said Jimmy.
No, I tell you what, though, I found it quite enlightening. I'm not saying the show's any good because I've not been, but from what I've read about it,
Listen to Joe Rogan podcast where he's on there.
It sounds
like,
very good.
It's like
sounds
3
very
hours
good.
interview with him. Interesting.
Yeah. But you must listen. I know you too hard. I ain't got time for that. I've listened to them.
Oh well.
They're very good.
Oh well.
They're very
Oh, well.
good.
So on about groups of yesteryear,
Yeah.
they're back. The Beatles,
Did they ever leave?
they are back.
They're back again.
Well, the Sons are.
Oh, they are, aren't they?
The Sons
The
of the
Sons of the Beatles are.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Goodness
Ringo's young'un, Zach, he's got them all together, or the ones that he could get back together.
Oh, he's not.
So he's got Sean, which is Lennon's.
He's not drumming for O anymore then.
They've come together, have they?
They've all come together. James, which is Paul's.
All right.
And they've all got together and they've done this track. And when they were doing track, they've been asked, why has it took you so long? For you all to get together and actually form a group after all this time. Why has it took you so long? And they've said, well, we didn't want it to be but they're not as good as it dads, or they're not as good as it's not as good as Beatles. And so they didn't want to be judged.
What, now they're not going to be?
There was,
they
they were scared of judgment, basically. But they've decided, bugger that. Let's just go out and let's just do it. So let's see what happens. So they've gone out and do it. And they've done this track, which I thought was brilliant because the name of the track's called The Rip-Off. And I thought, yeah, all right.
Is it? Have
You're
you heard
scared of judgment, but you're calling your track The Rip-Off.
Maybe
Is that a bit of
address the elephant in the room.
there?
It might be. Have you heard the track?
No, it's not out yet.
Oh, right. I mean, it could be very Beatlesque, so it might be a bit of a rip-off. But,
It could be.
They're all quite talented. I mean, he's been drumming. He used to drum. But
Yeah, I'm going to say he's a decent drummer, isn't
he did his
There's
thing
only
for
what they call it,
tribute
isn't
to his
there?
dad, didn't
George Harrison.
George Harrison's that's missing. Has he got kids?
George Harrison, yeah, he's got a son that looks exactly like him.
Exactly
Has he?
like
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
So, I don't know why
Good player as
he's
well.
not been on it, but it didn't mention Harrison's.
He's turned out with Clapton
Just
and all
like
sorts.
Sean and James. So we'll wait and see.
Got a little fact.
The little Beatles might be returned. The
It'd be hard
return of the
work for
little
him to make
Beatles.
any headroom in music industry.
I do. Because
It'd be hard
of,
work for them.
they're going to get judged on who they are from.
Yeah, it's the legacy that's gone before it. Yeah.
Got a little fact for you about Eric Clapton, just to round off this episode, actually.
Go on then.
I almost feel bad bringing this up,
Go on then.
but, only the reason why I feel bad is because, let sleeping dogs lie.
Right.
So what did Eric Clapton say amongst one of his many drunken rampages on stage in 1976?
Oh, didn't he say something about... Oh, I don't know.
No idea.
I want to say Hitler, but it weren't Hitler, was it?
Very close.
Yeah.
So in 1976, Eric Clapton walked on stage drunk and said something that left the audience silent. He ranted about immigration, and he said, "Keep Britain white."
Yeah.
This is from a man who's got all his whole career to thank for the blues.
Yeah.
Off of
Which is solely.
I mean, because he's not a racist, and that's how drunk he were.
Oh,
For such nonsense to come out of his face.
it weren't just drink though, but it
drugs, drink.
Perhaps he's a behind-the-scene racist.
He was,
you know.
He was famous for his consumption of all things illegal.
Imagine going out on stage and doing that. He did well. The reason why I mentioned that, because I heard this, I was like, wow, he did well to keep his career.
I didn't realise he was from Barnsley.
But he's many a time fell down and had to play a party gig, laid down on his back.
Yeah, it was a complete mess, wasn't it?
So
tired.
Yeah, tired. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, tired. I just need a quick power nap and I'll be right.
I lay down, da-dum-dum.
Yeah,
I'm back on me back, Barbie. I'm really knackered, I can't party.
Okay, and on that note,
goodbye.